you ready?
This is the D-Generation cliX podcast. Here are your hosts, Ryan Redmond, Miles Kane, and Daniel Schwab.
Welcome back to the D-Generation cliX podcast. This is episode 4. Back with me is Dan.
Happy to be back.
And Miles.
What's everyone doing?
And we're currently on the road to ROC Cup, which is the next big HeroClix event. We're going to be focusing on those different events in the upcoming episodes, with today just being more informative. But first, we have a bunch of new dials that were released. The first one is going to be the first Peacemaker Iconic set, which is On the Wings of Eagly, which is actually releasing this week, supposed to be Wednesday, April 3rd.
Yep, and then the first figure is Peacemaker himself. He is 70 points. He has a trait, special attack power, special damage power. Is 7 clicks long, starts 6, 12, 18, 3 with running shot, precision strike, toughness, and special damage power for his first 2 clicks. Then he switches to stealth. And then click 4, he gets his special attack power with stealth, combat reflexes, and close combat expert. His special trait is if Peacemaker is equipped with the Peacemaker helmet, when he uses its effect, he may choose a result instead of rolling, which we'll get into here in a sec. His special attack power, which, like I said, starts on click 4 and goes through click 6, is it's a grenade taped to a Russian tank shell with grants him energy explosion and penetrating psychic blast. And when Peacemaker uses energy explosion, attack rolls of 10 or higher are critical hits. And his special damage power is internet rumors, outwit, and probability control. 70 points. I think he brings a lot. Especially for Soldier. Assassin is needing figures badly. So it'd be nice to see him get that. I wish they would have gave him Marksman. Since they had that keyword, but I'm guessing that these were probably made after the next phase figures. So that's why, because I know they were talking about how martial artists and marksmen are going to be together for a while until marksman just gets marksman instead of martial artist. So I would like to see him have that keyword.
I think thematically, though, they want to give him that helmet, too, so the odds of playing arrows over that.
No, I was just saying with marksman would have been a cool keyword to have.
Yeah.
But yeah, that helmet is you're 100% playing him with this helmet. 12 attack, precision strike is with a 6 range is extremely good. I know it's only 3 running shot with because he has 6 speed, but I mean that's a 9 range. So I'll win prob. Yeah, he's gonna be seeing some play, I think, in modern.
I think he's a little expensive at 70 points, but extremely fun. Like, I'll be playing him at our weekly games quite frequently, I think. It's hard to plan on ever using that energy explosion power, but if you can get that off because someone doesn't hit him all the way, then that's awesome. Otherwise, having a 6 range now, that's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, it's the reason why I think he's worth the 70 is because of the Peacemaker helmet, which I guess would probably be... This would be the only time to go over it is with him.
Yeah, and being able to choose instead of roll is a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, considering how good some of those are. I would say so.
Yeah. So it's 10 points. If it's free if you have named Peacemaker. Its effect is free. You roll a d6, and the equipped character can use the resulting effect until your next turn. On a roll of 1, you get Screwdriver, which is invulnerability. 2, Anti-Gravity, which is flight and sidestep. So he pretty much just has, if you want, without plasticity, he has a cloak. 3 is X-ray vision, which is improved targeting, destroy blocking, and hindering. 4 Sonic Boom, which is Pulse Wave Knockback, which is, people have already knows how good that combo is. And then my personal favorite is 5 Scabies for All, which is Poison, and they deal penetrating damage when they use it. And then 6, you choose any result. But yeah, Peacemaker is able to choose any that he wants. So
Yeah,
those are all great abilities. I think him at 70 points is totally fine with that helmet. Because you don't play this helmet outside of this Peacemaker, honestly, because the randomness is just, I just don't think it's worth 10 points for that random.
No, definitely not. I mean, you could play it on a different Peacemaker. I don't think it probably makes that one that much better from Batman Team Up, but it would still be free on him, right?
Yeah. See, it's still free, but yeah, he still has to make the roll.
Right. Next is the number one character that I was hoping that they were going to put in the set. So it's Eagly, who has Suicide Squad and Animal keywords. He is 30 points. He has a trait which is just crinkle a bag. He'll think you have chips. It's power. If no other character has been placed this turn, choose an opposing character that damaged a friendly character with the Suicide Squad keyword since your last turn. Place Eagly such that he can make a close attack targeting the chosen character, then do so. And then he's got another trait, which is probably supposed to be his damage power, but it's support, and support is free, but only if Eagly KO'd an opposing character this turn. 30 points. He has flight, hypersonic speed, 11 attack blades, 6 speed, and 18 super senses, and then it says it's a special attack power, or special damage power. He's tiny, but it's listed as just that trait, so it's probably an error. So I think this piece is going to be awesome for 30 points, and again, definitely playing him, and he'll probably be seeing play when we do the Animal game in a couple weeks.
literally next week.
Yes.
Next up is John Economos. Let's see, he's 45 points, has a trait and a special damage power, which only appears on click 1. His trait is power, remove all hack tokens from friendly characters, then give a hack token to a friendly character within range. The character with the hack token can use shape change. When that character uses it and succeeds, after resolutions, they may deal 1 penetrating damage to an opposing character. Oh, this is the figure that doesn't work right now. That's right. And then his damage power is perplex prob. When he uses either, he may target the character with the hack token regardless of range and line of fire. So, but he can't give out hack tokens.
So I think he does with that power action. It just is worded weird, and it wants you to remove them all first, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's true. You can still give. Yeah, you can still give them. That means you only have one person that having one at a time. Then.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to read it like 3 times.
Yeah, but I guess so he works. That's good that he works then. All right, so yeah, so he's 5 clicks long. He starts with stealth, no attack power, mastermind, and the damage power, and then his last 3 clicks are shifts to like blades, and then he alternates between prob and perplex. So kind of interesting for 45 points. I mean, you give someone a hack token, and then you could prob and perplex them from anywhere. Seems pretty good, and they also have shape change, so not bad.
Scientist, him with scientist is, he I think he can do real good with scientist, especially currently with what Prime Spider-Man. You can prob him, you're able to perplex him up again.
For sure.
Yeah, that's 45 points. Yeah, he does quite a bit.
And give him shape change just to irritate people.
Yeah,
when you play him.
So no. Yeah, you gotta now do that. I forgot. Yeah, so now Spider-Man's gonna have he's gonna have 3 rollouts because he doesn't need as if he needed another one.
It's pretty solid.
Yeah, and actually, I was going to go back to Eagly. I think Eagly is going to be seeing a lot of play. Animal is about to come back, and I think Eagly's going to be seeing some play for Animal.
I think it's
not
close.
Just in your monthly, but
the only thing that I don't like about him is that retails only Suicide Squad keyword and not just a friendly.
Yeah, that is a little sad because you have. I guess it's because they probably want you to play him on a Suicide Squad, which is surprisingly they're building up that keyword with these 2 iconic sets, which is really nice to see because I don't think Suicide Squad's really had its time to shine
Yeah.
at any point in the history of Clicks.
Well, they've done things like this before, but I like it when they do. It's a so have it be like a power action, like a regular retail if they damage a friendly character. But if it's the Suicide Squad keyword, then it's free.
It's free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think anything's wrong with that because Suicide Squad has never been a super strong keyword, so making it free with Eagly doesn't seem bad at all.
No.
No, Suicide Squad would need that. Yeah.
So that would have been.
Yeah,
I think I would have made him way better, but I still think he's really cool.
Oh yeah, it's Eagly. How can you not?
That's my
you
number
can
one
finally
piece
play,
that I wanted out of these.
because what even Batman team up, like we really wanted an Eagly bystander, and unfortunately the only way you could do that is with Red Wing.
Red Wing on Peacemaker, which I did do that a couple times.
Yeah, and if I decide to do that again, I'm going to be using Eagly as Red Wing because that sounds fun. All right, and then the next figure is Abadeo with Suicide Squad and Spy. She's got a trait Human Torpedo Activate, which is power, modify speed +3, and it gives improved movement, destroy blocking, elevated, and characters, right? Yes. So you move Abadeo in a direct path up to her speed value, which is now 9, which is extremely good. After resolutions, you make a close attack targeting each opposing character she moved through that action, regardless of adjacency. Hit characters that dealt 1 penetrating damage instead of normal damage. And then she has a interesting trait, Waller's Daughter, which friendly characters with Suicide Squad may use that team ability to heal when any friendly character is KO'd anywhere on the map. And she's 50 points. So that one is, I'm wondering if there's potential for her to see play on Gotham City Underworld since she shares a keyword with that Harley. And they have that Harley that gives all Batman enemy Suicide Squad.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and then she has a special damage power too. So I forgot this part. Empower enhancement and adjacent friendly characters with the Suicide Squad keyword modify attack +1. So she's bringing a ton to the team for 50 points. I really like her, and the fact they brought Ram back, I think, is really cool to see. Which is, if you've seen the show, which I'm sure there's not a single person in the world that hasn't, you know exactly where they got what scene they got that from.
Oh yeah.
So it's good. I love to see it. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm a huge fan of this figure.
On the right team, she's probably worth the 50 points. But yeah, it's still a little bit of a hard sell at 50. You'd really have to almost build around her and not only just add her.
I wish that it was just penetrating damage.
Well, she already has precision strike on the top.
Yeah.
Which honestly is better. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, because it goes through Invincible. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
Now, doesn't that stack anyway? Since it's passive?
What?
Hit characters are dealt 1 penetrating damage instead of normal damage. Wouldn't you still get the precision
damage
strike?
from this character's attacks can't be reduced below 1.
Yeah. So that really doesn't matter.
It does stack, yeah. Yeah.
I guess. No, and then she's got Pensai later, so I guess it's like still that for. I don't know. So I guess it depends on the click. It's worth it later since she can do that her entire dial.
Yeah.
In the beginning, it doesn't matter, I guess, but whatever. But yeah, the empower enhancement's good, and she adds a lot of. If you can build the team around her, I think then she could be worth those 50 points.
Yeah. It's going to take some time, but I mean, Suicide Squad might be there. I guess if you get all the figures and you try and figure it out, we'll see.
And there's always the possibility that the rest of the pieces are waiting in Time Masters this summer.
This is true, yeah.
All right, the next one is the second character that I was hoping that they were going to put out eventually, and that's Vigilante. So he has Suicide Squad, Assassin, Martial Artist. He's got a trait, which is Vigilante. I don't know that person. Vigilante starts the game with a mask token. He has shape change, but succeeds on a 3 through 6. If Vigilante has a mask token, when he uses it and fails, remove his mask token. He's got a special speed power on his first 3 clicks, which is stealth and free. Place Vigilante adjacent to a terrain marker within range. He's got a 4 range. And then the last 3 clicks on his dial is a special damage power, which is exploit weakness. And when Vigilante hits, modify his damage +1. If one or more of his hit characters damaged. What is it? Sorry. When Vigilante hits, modify his damage +1 if one or more of the hit characters damaged a friendly character since your last turn. So he's 50 points. He's got improved targeting adjacent to characters. His speed power is the place, and then he's got blades with an 11 attack, combat reflexes, range combat expert, and then the second half of his dial is the sidestep, pensai, ESD. So he totally changes the way his dial is halfway through.
Well, he also shoots from the hips. If you need, he has range combat expert on the first half and the side blast on the second. So if you need to make a range attack, you always can.
Yeah, he can do both because he's got blades and range combat expert on the first half, and then his second half is pensai and exploit weakness. So he's a threat in basically closer range in different ways on different parts of his dial. So super fun piece. I think this guy's really cool, and I definitely want to play him. The sculpt is him like hiding behind a garbage can, again taken from like one specific scene, but a very good one.
And the interesting thing too is that free place him adjacent to a terrain marker. So if you have like the 1x3 anchor within 4, he goes to the other side of that anchor.
Right.
Yeah, you can go to the up. That's what I was thinking.
So
you can go far basically as long as
his placement. Yeah, his placement is crazy good.
And and with
50 points, he's worth it.
Since it is within range too, you can always either perplex it up or use shield team ability to get it further. Also, so yeah, I think it's cool. Yeah. And another possible assassin edition too, which is good. I like seeing that one get fleshed out even more every set.
They need figures like this, like the 50 point figures that can do more than one thing. And I think what he does very well for close and range.
Yeah, I like him a lot.
Yeah, he's really
next up is Harcourt. So 80 or 50 points. So they're either 7 clicks long or 4 clicks long. They have a trait and a special speed power. They have the Argus, Suicide Squad, Martial Artist, Police, and Soldier, and Spy keywords. Their trait is leadership. When Harcourt uses it after resolutions, you may remove a friendly character with the Suicide Squad keyword up to half the result. So it's just using it so you can move them no matter if you succeed or not, which is pretty cool. Their special speed power, which appears on clicks 1, 4, 6, and 7, is sidestep, running shot, stealth. They also have improved targeting, hindering. They start with the special speed power and then side blast. They have super senses their whole dial, and then they either are outwit or RCE on their lower dial with 1 click of outwit. So interesting, but I don't know if this is enough for 50 points.
I wish that they would have made the lower line start on click 5, Mayor 30.
That'd be fine. I would have been good with that.
40. Because 50 is just because this is just a straight support piece. I know they can. I know
attack.
she can, but you're not going to add her to the team because of that. Like you're going to add her to the team to be able to move figures with Suicide Squad, and it's so hard to get 50 points for that.
Yeah, no, I get that.
I really like her at the top dial, but that's just 80 points is way too much for her.
Yeah.
So that is the first iconic set that should be out this week, and then the next Peacemaker iconic set is supposed to release on May 1st. That one's called Project Butterfly.
And this one comes with another Peacemaker, probably one of its. I'm probably gonna be playing this figure a lot. Suicide Squad Assassin Martial Artist Soldier. With 2 traits and a special speed power. The first trait's Cold Open. This first time a friendly character is dealt damage by an opposing effect. If you haven't begun your second turn, after resolutions, you may choose that all characters have immune until your next turn, which is extremely good. Second trait, which I think makes him even better, is Synchronized Moves, and you take a free action. Once per game, move all characters that don't have immune 2 squares in the same direction. Characters don't need to break away for this movement. And then his special speed power is Do You Really Wanna? guess and tasted. Sidestep and Force Blast, and when Peacemaker moves and ends his movement adjacent to an opposing character after resolutions, he may use Force Blast as free. He's 7 clicks long. Starts with that special speed power. He's 8, 11, 18, 3. And he only has 3 range this time, but he's 60 points. And I think he is the best Peacemaker we've had by far out of all 3. I like all 3 of them. They all bring different things, but what this figure does, I think, is I think that he can see tons of play because of the disruption that he can be.
He has huge board-wide effects for only 60 points. I mean, it's pretty big, all the stuff that he can do.
Yeah, and it's first time a friendly character is dealt damage by an opposing effect is just crazy. That's, I mean, if someone doesn't realize it and tries to poison one of your figures, then you get immune. This actually almost makes you want to go second all the time. Or if you do go first, you can just throw your team all the way across the board because you know that they're going to go and attack you, and then you have immune.
I have a quick question about that trait. So it reads as the first time a friendly character is dealt damage by an opposing effect. If you haven't begun your second turn, after resolutions, you may choose that all characters have immune until your next turn. That would imply opposing, because it does not specify that it's just friendly.
No, but it says until your next turn. So when your next turn is, no one has immune anymore.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's fair.
Yeah, no, I caught that the first time when I was reading too. But yeah, it's just until your next turn. So
it's basically it wouldn't matter because it's you'll pick it when it's not your turn, so you'll be the only one that has immune. Okay.
Yeah, because yeah.
The big thing is that you can't double dip with that in the second trait, but I mean it totally changes the pacing off for the game. You literally can just throw your entire team up there, and then they have to decide what they want to attack first, right before the entire team is immune and they can't do anything else.
True.
Yeah, that synchronized move is really good because now granted, you know that you can't have them move towards you and you move towards them. They all have to move the exact same direction, but that's totally fine if your opponent is in your face. It's going to be interesting to see when the best time to do that is, because now you're going to have Peacemakers moving for free for 4 squares. He has free Force Blast. You don't have to. You have to be adjacent to use the Force Blast, but.
But I mean, you're going up to someone and then knocking them away and potentially into something. That still sounds pretty good.
There's. I think he brings so much to a team with that utility. Like I said, with the map wide effects. It sucks he doesn't have Warrior, but maybe it's good because that means you can't throw him with Genesis because that would just be disgusting. So I'm glad that he doesn't have so overpowering of keywords.
So I will say though that speed power, it just says when Peacemaker moves and ends his movement adjacent to an opposing character, after resolutions he may use Force Blast as free. You could still use it as a range and target somebody else. Yep. So it doesn't have to be close. No, yeah, you can do. Yeah, he just uses Force Blast as free. Yeah, and you can use it. But he can't target if he's adjacent to someone. Because he doesn't have. He's got a 3 range.
No. He's saying he can't make range attacks if he was next to somebody.
It's not an attack, though.
Oh, but never mind. It's not a range attack. It's just a power, yeah.
Yeah, you can do range destroys adjacent to people and everything. Yeah, it's not going to affect it.
Oh, yeah.
No, this guy's awesome.
Yeah, I love him. Yeah, it's... Yeah, this set is... These 2 iconics... Kong set the bar, and I think that these are just raising it.
Yeah, the iconics have really been just knocking it out of the park.
Yeah. The first few were kind of disappointing. The first one, actually, Spider-Man.
That was it.
And Wolverine was okay, but yeah.
Yeah, everyone since Spider-Man has just been awesome, I think.
Of course, they had to make Spider-Man bad.
Next is Judo Master. He is assassin, martial artist, and warrior. He has a trait which is mercenary martial artist, sidestep. Judo Master doesn't count for or against theme teams. He has another trait which is escape to fight again. The first time Judo Master would be KO'd, instead turn him to click 6 and roll a d6, heal him equal to half the results, and place him up to that many squares away from his current square, which is Protected Pulse Wave. And then on his first 3 clicks, he has a special damage power, which is Kia. When Judo Master hits, increase the damage dealt to each hit character by +1. He's 55 points. He does start with Leap Climb, so you got to just hope to get up there with the sidestep, I guess. And then 12 attack, Precision Strike, Combat Reflexes 18, and then 2 damage, and then starting with that damage power for the first 3. And then he moves to Flurry, Incap, Super Senses, and Perplex, 3 damage. So he's kind of fun. He's definitely not as good as Vigilante, but he's still a cool piece.
Yeah,
he does have wild card also,
Judo
Master player.
Yeah, it doesn't count against theme teams. I don't know if you're ever going to throw him on any team. There's not, but
Yeah, he's not vital enough that you're like putting him
no,
on anything.
But I guess the whole entire point is just throw him at someone's face, hoping that they can't hit him since they have to kill him twice.
Yeah,
so
he's a good tie-up.
He might be able to pull that trick off. But yeah, I mean 3 targets, Precision Strike, and he's going to be hitting for 3 people, so that's going to be 2 damage for 2 people and 1 for 1, because increase the damage dealt you increase it to 0 to 1.
Right.
If I'm reading that correctly. So
yeah. You could just I guess because you wouldn't have 3 damage, I guess, unless you found a way to buff it or something.
Yeah. He's perfectly solid, and in any other set he'd probably be a really good uncommon figure. So yeah, 55 points is great.
Next up is Butterfly. So that it is 60 points. It's 1 click long. It has flight. It's tiny. It has 4 range. It's 8, 11, 19, 1. Sidestep, no attack power, super senses, and leadership. Its cosmic energy has the animal, cosmic monster, politician, and ruler keyword. And it has 2 traits. One is at the beginning of the game, you may replace Butterfly with a standard character at 50 points or less. If you do this game, that character can use the mass leeching trait, which is the second trait. It is considered to have the Butterfly Swarm Bystander on its card, and has when this character would be KO'd, instead replace it with Butterfly on click number 1. Use the replacement character's name whenever Butterfly uses her name in mass leeching. So you can't generate Kong because it has to be a standard character of 50 points. But there are a lot of good standard characters that are 50 points or less. So you can sneak on a lot of things with this, which I think is kind of cool. I actually like this figure a lot. It's interesting. And the second trait is mass leeching. So at the beginning of the turn, you may generate a Butterfly Swarm Bystander. Mind control when Butterfly uses it for each friendly for each friendly Butterfly Swarm Bystander. She may also target an opposing character adjacent to that Butterfly Swarm Bystander, regardless of range or line of fire. So that's cool. You can hit a bunch of people with your mind control if you really want to, which is pretty neat. The Butterfly Swarms are a flying tiny 6, 18, 17, 0. And then their trait is they can't be chosen for Mastermind, and they have sidestep with 0 range and 1 target. So, neat piece. Can do some interesting things with bringing stuff off the sideline. So, it's pretty cool. I like it.
And even just having this piece come in later, if you do lose the piece that comes in for it, getting that leadership could be a pretty nice little bonus.
Exactly. That was kind of my thought, was getting late game leadership back is pretty good.
Right.
So.
And that trait's pretty good for 10 points extra on top of the 50-point piece. You got to take advantage of how many points you can get out of it.
Yeah, exactly. And I would try to build it. I would try to build into that. I mean, bring in a character that could probably make mind control work well, and then I think that'd be a really good choice.
Right.
Or not. I mean, you could just bring in a really good piece that's 50 points. I mean,
yeah, it's there. You get Kong on Cosmic.
You can't. He's not a standard. He's not a standard.
Oh, that's
character.
true. Yes, that's right. Yeah, but anyway, you can get Surfer with Ruler to help give him Dolphin, because why not?
The coolest thing though is that you can just have a sideline of possible really good pieces, and then you get to choose the best one to bring in against your opponent. Though that's pretty strong right there.
Mm-hmm.
It's totally worth paying the extra 10 points for.
Right. Yeah.
Because you're able to make figures theme that normally wouldn't. Animal is, that could be
Close.
extremely good for animal because it's so close, yet there's so many figures that could make animal work, but just don't theme with it. So, and then we're saving the best for last.
This is your boy.
I'm still trying to figure out how the heck this got passed and when they thought this was a good design. We have Mern with Argus, Suicide Squad, Animal, Assassin, Cosmic, Monster, Soldier, Spy, Tinker Tailor. Betraying the Butterflies is his trait. When a friendly character attacks, if a line of fire drawn to an opposing character that shares a keyword with Mern would be blocked. Instead, it isn't, and the target modifies their defense +1. And the second part is that opposing characters within range can't positively modify their combat values. He has a special defensive power, which is just stop, and a special attack power, leadership. It's a you incompetent dingus, which is perfect. Leadership, and when an adjacent friendly character misses after resolutions, you may deal them 1 unavoidable damage. If you do, remove an action token from them. Yeah, he's 6 clicks long. He's 50 points. He has a stop click. Yeah, it's 4-inch. That his keywords right now are the most used keywords at the moment with Monster and Cosmic. Assassin, I think, can be, and Soldier could also see some uptick in play. So the fact that you can never be blocked is ridiculous. Luckily, he's not going to be modern for ROC Cup, because if there's anything that Legacy Thanos needed, it was not a figure like this. So I don't know how we can go from like disappointing chases in next phase to like, hey, look at this ridiculously 50-point figure from an iconic set.
I don't know. I think any of the legacy guys that had like the big range, I think like this piece. It's not just Legacy Thanos. I'm sure he's like a very good.
Oh no, for sure, no. But it's just with the ROC Cup coming up, and so I'm building more with silver. That's just that's the first thing. Yeah, if what ROC Cup wasn't coming into play, I wouldn't even Legacy Thanos wouldn't even be on my radar. I'd be looking more at other figures. But yeah, he brings so much to 50 points. He's going to be one of those figures that is a must play. It's going to be interesting if he sees a ton of play, if we're going to see a lot of people not playing Cosmic or Monster, but then again, people would just play with him. Like Surfer, for instance, which is seeing a lot of play, having Cosmic and Monster. You throw Mern on there, now people can't hide in stealth. They can't hide behind barrier. You're already an aggressive team anyway, so it just makes that team that much better.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think he's honestly going to be the most played figure. Maybe Butterfly might, but I still think that Mern's going to be seeing more play than any of these figures by far.
So that is the second iconic set. And then the next dial that we got was a dinosaur hatchling, which was free with a $50 or more purchase from the WizKids site. So this one is Animal, Brute, and Past. He's got a trait which they grow up so fast. At the beginning of your turn, and whenever a dinosaur hatchling KOs an opposing character, give them a growth token. When dinosaur hatchling would be KO'd, you may instead replace them with a character with the animal keyword, turn that character to their first KO click, then heal them 1 click for each growth token on dinosaur hatchling. And then a special damage power on all of the damage slots, which is shape change, but succeeds on a 4 through 6. And when dinosaur hatchling uses it and succeeds, this turn it can't be targeted by opposing characters. It's 45 points. It has the same powers all the way across the dial, and dies on click 6. It's sidestep, blades, 10 attack, 17 combat reflexes, and 2 damage. So at first I just thought it was kind of neat. Its biggest weakness is the fact that it is not protected pulse wave on that trait. But realistically, you can sneak any animal into the game, and by click You can just set them in lava, and on click
Yeah.
6, bring them
Turn
in.
5?
Click 5. 1, 2.
It'd be
3, 4,
turn
5.
6,
Yeah.
right?
No,
Yeah,
it'd be turn
6,
5.
yeah.
It'd be turn 5, right?
The lava is at the beginning of your next turn, so he'd have to start in the lava, so I don't think that'd work.
Oh, okay.
Right.
But yeah, so just being able to bring pretty much, again, any piece that you want. And the weirdest thing is that they did not put a limit on the points value of the piece that you bring in, and nothing about being able to heal it beyond the what are the tokens called? Growth tokens or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter. Once it's in, it can heal. So you could bring in like a 500 points colossal figure, heal it with the growth tokens, and then continue to support it back up. So it's
with replacements, if the replaced character is more points than the character it replaced, you would score whatever the points of that character are. I'm not sure about characters with multiple point values, how that would work with
well,
this
don't you
replacement.
just
So how
declare
that
the
works-
size, right? Or how many points you wanted
Yeah,
it to
at
be?
the beginning of the game. Yeah, at the beginning of the game, when you reveal your forces, that's when you say how many points the
Yeah.
figure on your sideline is.
That's what I thought. You
Yeah.
pick like a starting line, right? Basically, and then
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
so
what
you
I'm-
can't be like you can't like think they let them think it's 50-point Kong.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
you're like, oh no, I meant 500. Like, no, that's not how that
So
works.
basically, yeah, if you do bring Kong in, right, they can still KO him, and then they're just bam, there's 500 points, and they've already won.
Yep. Yeah.
So
So
you should put multiple Kongs on the sideline, is what you're saying.
Up to you.
This one's
You have
500. This
this-
one's 300. This
yeah.
one's 2.
you have a bunch now, so go for it.
Well, I mean, another cool one though would be like anything with a stop click. So you have like the colossal Pog that you just heal him a couple clicks, he gets a stop click, and that the Pog actually would even be able to still start the game with a sword.
Yeah, because it's when he starts the game. Yep.
Right. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know because I don't know if that contradicts the ruling that they had with the Bizarro. That's where I'm so confused with these rulings. Because Bizarro, even though he starts the game as a pilot on click 9, it's technically not his. He can't technically go backwards.
Isn't that an issue with the pilot though thing versus this? Because it just says it starts the game, not at the beginning of the game. I think it has to do with the pilot trait.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think his is fine the way it's worded.
So I don't know. I like him with
No, yeah,
it
he's
because
good
he's
for it.
the
Yeah.
egg is 45 points. If the egg gets KO'd, as long as it isn't like pulse waved, then you can bring this guy in, and nothing is scored until he's KO'd.
Yeah. So they could end up getting 70 points, which is an extra 25 over the dinosaur, but you are getting advantages of bringing him in. So
I think it's worth building around, like, a team where you're able to do knockback, or like putting the dinosaur under elevated to and picking that up to speed up those processes.
Right.
Because I know a lot of people are going to try and ignore that dinosaur, and I think if you like make a strong point of like your first turn of doing like 2 or 3 damage to them, they're going to see it more as a threat, and so you can actually look at it that way.
They
Where
gotta
they
come
go,
get
crap!
you.
I need to kill this thing before it gets too many growth tokens. So I'm sure some players won't really care. But
no matter what, say like I KO it in 1 turn, you've still got 1 growth token. So
Yep. Yeah.
So I think it's really cool.
Yeah,
It's probably not going to make
I do
a
too.
huge dent in the meta, but I think it's a really cool piece.
Mm-hmm.
Next is Deadpool and the trophy that he comes with, I believe. So Deadpool is either 110 or 65 points. He's either 8 clicks long or 5 clicks long. He has two traits and a special defense power. His first trait is more trophies, please. When an equipped opposing character is KO'd, equip any equipment that was equipped to that character to Deadpool. Deadpool may be equipped with multiple equipment. His second trait isn't meta enough for you. When an opposing game element leaves its sideline, roll a d6. 5-6, score 10 victory points. So Mephisto might not want to leave the sideline. Or your Masters of Evil swap, or any number of things now. And his special defense power, which is on clicks 5 through 8, is Astounding Regeneration. Regen super senses when Deadpool uses either if he's equipped with 2 or more equipment, increase the result by +2. So that's pretty cool. Oh, I think does that mean it's just the result? So like, even if you were to roll a 6, I think you still only heal the 3.
No, the result's still +2,
Oh,
right? Because
oh,
Yeah.
okay, all right. So you would heal 4. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, just like the
Mhm.
tarot cards that were plus whatever.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so yeah, so he's I mean he's neat. I don't know if he's necessarily meta, but it's hilarious.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't have that good of keywords. He has Agency X, Deadpool Core, Weapon X, X Force, X Men, Assassin. So
X-Men. What do you mean it's not good enough? It's X-Men.
it'll be good. It'll be good for like another 6 months until Genesis APOC rotate, unless
Well, you say that, but I'm sure that we're going to see something dumb to make X-Men even more, broken or busted with a new Deadpool set.
we'll see. I'm just gauging this as what we have right now. Like
Yeah, for sure. Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So he's pretty neat. And then he comes with the trophy. So the trophy, which is weird because he can't auto equip it. So I thought that was a little odd. So it's 20 points and it's indestructible. It's got no like keywords, so you always have to pay for it. Its effect is when this character KOs an opposing character, score an additional 5 victory points. So I guess if you want to pay that to get an
So
extra.
technically, this is what's interesting because the card itself does say keyword or name, and it says none. And it says that Scott Porter has all keywords. And I know there's a few people already arguing, well, technically he has that because it's all keywords. You say he has the none keyword.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, well, I'm not gonna argue that. I'm gonna go with you pay for this equipment no matter
I,
who's
I
getting
100% agree with you. Yeah, I was just throwing that out there that I have heard some people say that. So I think that was
Yeah.
hilarious.
But yeah, that I kind of thought that was funny that Deadpool is talking about trophies and comes with the trophy, but can't actually equip it for free. So that's interesting. But yeah,
It's a
I
strong
like 'em.
effect.
I don't know.
It's a strong effect, but
He-
that's your equip, and just to make up the points that you're putting into it, you have to KO 4 things with that piece. So
Yes, I agree. So yeah, it's interesting, but I don't know. I don't know if Deadpool is meta enough, but he's funny. I like it. It's very.
it's
This
fun.
feels like Deadpool.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he's unique for sure. And yeah, I think it'd be fun to play him just because, especially if you're going against Swap to see how many times you can roll at 5 or 6 in a game to score the 10 points.
I mean,
Yeah.
he can really shut down and really hinder a team, but if you get put against a team that really doesn't utilize a sideline or equip much, then he's
Yeah.
a ton of wasted points.
Yeah. So, which is kind of funny because that was basically my team for Adepticon. I think I only had one equipped character, and I didn't bring anything in. I only brought one thing in off the sideline when Ghost Rider died. So what if someone was playing this guy, it wouldn't really get much off me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's just
You're
too many
dead
points
by
to
then.
sink into a piece that you're not going to be seeing a benefit off of every team.
Yeah. Oh, and speaking of figures, that's just too many points. Let's go with the figure that everyone thought was the April Fool's Day joke. Which is funny because they pulled them and now people are mad.
Hey,
that they
I
can-
actually love this piece. Like I had to read it, but
Oh,
I was
I
like,
do too, yeah.
I love this
Um,
piece.
But people are mad because they pulled it from the store. I'm guessing because pre-orders probably went insane yesterday. But it's Zombie George Washington with bringing back the zombie horde keyword, monster, past politician, ruler, and soldier. Politician's getting some real big play here. Love to see it. It's got trait the first president and the first zombie leadership, but succeeds on a 4 through 6. And when zombie George Washington uses it and succeeds, after resolutions generate a grave hindering terrain marker adjacent to a friendly character. He has another trait, zombie bites from wooden teeth, poison, and when George Washington uses it, characters he hit this turn can't reduce the damage. I wish he could use poison after being moved. That'd be nice. So that way you can, charge and hit someone. And then he has a special defense power, which is stop. Regeneration is free. He has 8 clicks with a stop click. He's loaded with powers. I mean, you're 8, 12, 18, 3 with charge, quake, empower, and invincible to start. Then he drops down to clicks 3 through 5, have flurry, steal energy, and invulnerability. And then it swaps to some prob, perplex. Then he also has some, blades, sidestep, regen. He's 75 points though.
He's all over the
That's
place. Yeah, it's just a fun zombie
yeah.
piece to throw. Hopefully they keep bringing. If they're bringing back keywords, I've noticed they are starting to kind of do them in more sets going forward. Like they brought back, I think, did they bring back vehicle before Wheels of Vengeance or pilot? Maybe it was pilot they brought back before Wheels of
His
Vengeance.
vehicle.
No, it was vehicle because
Cyborg
somebody from Notorious got it.
Oh, and
Cyborg vehicle.
yes, Cyborgman got vehicle, and so did some of the Guardians of the Galaxy did, I think, too. What's his
Oh
name?
yeah, from the Christmas one. Yeah,
Yeah.
Kraglin and Yondu. Yeah.
So he's not coming out till I think Q4 though, so he's got a long ways away before we see him.
You guys, yeah, with probably Halloween.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping that they're going to do a stealth release of a legacy card for Zombie Abraham Lincoln, because playing those two in Modern together would be so fun. It's just so fun. You're not going to win anything. I guess I can't say you're not going to, because I'm sure there's going to be some fun local events. Definitely for 4th of July. It sucks that he's not going to be out by then, but 4th of July would have been perfect for him. Abe Lincoln and Eagly, just go straight America. Uh, yeah, I'm going to play him for sure. Just in fun games. Yeah, because he is all over the place. He's a tad expensive. But I mean, that 4 through 6 leadership, and after resolutions generate hit Gravehander and train marker adjacent to a friendly character. I mean, that does work with Black Lanterns. So, not for nothing, even though you're really not going to ever play him over a Black Lantern.
Never.
No.
But
No.
he's
I
just
mean, for
kind
5
of
more points, you play your next-
he's just a chaotic piece that you can throw on the map. It'll be fun.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, he's Q4, and I don't think we mentioned it, but Deadpool and that trophy are prizes for local gameplay, and I think that comes out in July. And then the Dinosaur Hatchling, actually, mine shipped today, so it should be here by the end of the week, I'm assuming. And then the next updated release date we got is the Avengers Hellfire Club Gala, which is April 24th. We just have a bunch of digital sculpts, though, so no dials on that yet. So going on to now the Road to ROC Cup. So originally there was going to be a Silver States that kind of got everybody prepared for this, but it kind of got delayed and pushed back. So the next States is right now scheduled to go either June or July, and it's going to be Modern. So there's not even probably going to be a Silver States this year, unfortunately. ROC Cup itself is going to go Wednesday, May 1st to Sunday, May 5th. Wednesday, the event is the 3vs3 Tracy Brock Memorial. So for that, teams are going to receive 6 random boosters, then build 3 teams and 3 rounds of Swiss cut to top 4. And the boosters that you're getting are from various random sets. Do you remember what they got last year? They were all over the place, weren't they?
Yeah, I know it's like Invincible Iron Man, I think, was one of them. And I forgot, but there were some old sets. And I know Invincible Iron Man was for sure one of them, because someone was playing that Prime Sasquatch.
Okay.
I believe they won with it. Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot there was another big piece that somebody pulled. I don't remember from what set it was. It was like the piece that you wanted, though. Was it a Sentry or like Hyperion or something?
I think it was something like that. Yeah. Yeah, they were definitely some older sets. I think one of them was like giant size X-Men, or might have been older than that.
So I don't think it's been released on which boosters are going to be from, but yeah, it's all random, and you got to build your team based off that. All of these events are kind of building up to the main event, and they're all going to reward points to get into those events. So depending on where people place for this event, the first place is getting 100 points, second place is getting 75 points, third and fourth get 50, and then what is this? 5th through 8th are 25, and then 9th through 16th are 15 points each. And then those are going just towards being able to advance to quarterfinals and semifinals later on in the week. So Miles is going, I'm going, and we don't have a partner for this yet, but we're teaming up for the team 3v3 on Friday that we'll go over in a little bit with Nick Blue. So, but that's Wednesday.
Yep. Thursday is just going to be, even if you show up and you don't have rock points and you want to go to the silver actual tournament, Thursday is going to be your day because that's how you get rock points. Because if you have the constructed silver, what's the name of that called? It's like hard rocks, which are 8-player constructed.
Right.
And those are going to give 50 points to first, 25 for second, 10 for third and fourth, and then 5 for fifth through eighth. That's going to be running all day. So definitely worth running those. And then they also have the rock and rolls or BRs. Still not quite sure what set it's going to be for anything. I'm probably going to be next phase, I'm guessing.
Most likely.
And yeah, and that's how you're going to load up on them. So like if you play 10 BRs, even if you lose all of them, you have enough points to qualify for Sunday. So I mean that's worth it right there. You get 50 points if you get first, 25 for second, 10th for third, and fourth. And that's all it seems Thursday is. I believe Thursday is also, it's going to have a regional qualifier for 400 constructed silver theme format, which is, I don't know however many people sign up, but it has points all the way from first, 6, 7, 8, 9, 16th. First and second get 100. Third and fourth get 75, and fifth through eighth get 50, while 9 through 16 get 25. And that's just Thursday. And it's theme format, so if you want to do that, me personally, I'm going to be just probably playing the BRs, and I think they're also going to be doing the online. So I'm probably going to bring my laptop for that because I know you can still get the POG, which I think we're waiting to see what the POG was that was created, I believe, for this year. So,
Oh, that's right.
yeah.
See, I really like themes, so I'm probably going to build a team for that, and it'll depend on what the pricing is for BRs. If they have some of the newer Con LEs, I might try to do that instead, but I really do like theme format, so.
I think it's more so because I have 50 points and I need 100.
Yeah.
So depending on how well we do at the Tracy Brock Memorial and all that, for how many points I'm going to have is going to be decided if I do the silver theme form, just because I want to try and just grind out some rock points.
Right.
But yeah, theme, I was thinking about running that as well.
How many points are you at?
51, I think, because I really don't have a lot of opportunities to get it. I got that just from the top 4 placement last year.
Okay. I think I'm at like 87,
States.
so if I just play a BR and come in last place, I think I'm good, right?
Yeah.
No, I'd have to come in second. But
yeah, or 2 BRs and
hard.
you enough, yeah.
Right, yeah, so should be able to get in that somehow. And then Friday, May 3rd, is the Scott Porter Invitational HeroClix for Huntington's event. That is going to be the Team 3v3. It's Modern, 400 points, and Extreme Highlander. So for that one, none of your main force or sideline can share any elements. You can have...
including maps.
Yeah, including maps,
terrain.
Tarot cards, terrain, all that stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
If there's swords that can be brought in through like the sword bearer traits, you can have multiples on your team or other teams still. You can generate pieces the same. Those, there's no restriction. And then later on that day is going to be the Silver Age World Championship quarterfinals. So this is what you're hoping to get points for to play in. So this is going to be 50 points. And if you have 50 points, it's just Swiss 3 rounds, and the top half advance to Sunday. And then they're also still doing all day the constructed silver 8-player eliminations, or single eliminations, and the sealed BRs.
Yes, this is going to be, I don't know what time the Silver Age World Championships quarterfinals start, but yeah, this is the event that I'm going all in on for sure, is the 3v3. So looking forward to that one for sure.
Yeah, that's what I think we're focusing honestly probably the most on right now.
Yeah. Yep. And then Saturday is all day constructed silver 8-player single elimination, which are going to be the rock and rolls and the hard rocks. And then the Scott Porter versus the World sealed, which we still don't know what set. It hasn't been announced. And potentially could be Deadpool. Like last year was the Avengers 60th, right? Wasn't it 60th?
Yeah,
Yes.
which is what everyone's hoping for.
Yeah. Maybe UPS will deliver it correctly this time. But, and they're also going to be having the Hero Clicks for Huntington's auction, which it looks like this is going to be the first time that you're going to be able to try and create a map. So um, I'm sure that's going to catch a hefty penny for sure to be able to design a map.
Yeah, they should be starting to name off all the things that they're doing, and the prizing I think is supposed to be released this week as well. But that's the one thing that he did mention, Howard did, is that this will be the first year that they're putting the create a map on the auction, which will be cool.
Yeah, I'm not even try because that's going to be past my budget. I can just look at it. No, I already know. Just look from the film.
It's a pretty cool prize.
I might try and get an early bid just to say I tried, but yeah, I'm not expecting anything.
It'll blow up pretty quick, I think.
Yeah. And then Sunday, which is really weird, this is all day for rock points, which is, I guess, going to be for next year's Huntington's. Is this good that you have the single elimination for the hard rocks, but the Silver Age World Championship semifinals, Swiss rounds, top 32 advanced finals, 100 points to enter. That starts at like 9 a.m. So I don't think there's any way for you to get anything in before the semifinals start.
Yeah, I think you have to play.
So you're pretty much, getting it for the next year. And then Silver Age World Championship finals, and then it's going to be single elimination top 32.
So then,
so I'm not sure how many Swiss rounds. I'm guessing 5. Maybe
it'll depend on probably how many people show up or end up making it to that. Because what is it? The Swiss 3 rounds.
It just says top 32, so
right.
you're
That's just
getting
what
at least
advanced
32.
though.
So.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going for. So yeah.
So that'll be the main focus then on what we talk about leading up till that first week of May. And we'll talk more just team building and stuff on the next episode. And then we're also going to just kind of go over the details of our local monthly invitational game that we do. And then preview our next one, which is going to be an animal theme for that one. So we'll kind of go over the general rules since we haven't fully talked about that yet. And then get into a little bit more detail with how we play and the team building and stuff with that. So that is it for this episode. Thanks for joining us.
And if you're not down with that, we got 2 words for ya!
Click it!